Before we start, may I request everyone to please stand up to have our prayer. For those who are Catholic, let us bow down our head and put the holy presence of God. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Before we start our discussion, let me check your attendance first. So if your name is called, say present. Bagya, Bernal. And now let's move on to our discussion. So our topic today is about creating motivating environment. So first, our learning objectives. So by the end of the lesson, learners should be able to first identify strategies that contribute to a motivating and learner-centered environment. Second, differentiate between intrinsic and extrinsic motivation through guided group activities. The third one is demonstrate the use of motivational strategies in collaborative problem-solving tasks. And last one is reflect on personal learning experiences and evaluate how motivation affects learner engagement and academic performance. So our assessment first is learners identify strategies that contribute to a motivating and learner-centered environment during discussion and activities. So the second one is through a guided group activity, learners differentiate between intrinsic and extrinsic motivation. So third, learners demonstrate the use of motivational strategies during the think, motivate, and solve group activity. So the last one is learners reflect on their personal learning experiences and evaluate how motivation influences engagement and performance through reflection questions, a personal motivation action plan, and last one is the take-home reflective essay. So, what is motivation? So, anyone have an idea what is motivation? Anyone from the class? So, none. So, motivation is the process that initiates, guides, and sustains goal-oriented behavior. Let's go first about motivation. So, anyone from the class have an idea what is motivation? Anyone? Please raise your right hand if you want to answer. So, none. So, motivation is the process that initiates, guides, and sustains goal-oriented behavior. In short, motivation is the reason why we do something or we want to achieve a goal. It's what drives us to take action, stay focused, and work to do something. It's what drives us to take action, stay focused, and work towards something. Motivation can come from within or from external factors such as rewards or recognition. So, there are two main types of motivation. So, first is intrinsic motivation. So, intrinsic motivation is doing something because you enjoy it or find it meaningful. So, intrinsic motivation is driven by personal interest, enjoyment, and satisfaction. So, next is extrinsic motivation. So, extrinsic motivation is doing something because of rewards, recognition, or external pressure. So, in short, extrinsic motivation is driven by external factors. Any question from the class? So, if none, let us proceed now to our activity. So, our activity today is about why do we learn? So, instructions. So, first, the class will be divided into two groups. Second, each group will be assigned one type of motivation, which is the intrinsic and the extrinsic. So, third, group have 3 minutes to prepare a short role play based on their assigned information. And the last one, each group will then present their role play to the class. The maximum time limit each presentation is 5 minutes. And now let's move on to our next topic, which is the factors influencing motivation. So first one is self-efficacy. So self-efficacy is a belief in one's ability to succeed. When learners believe they can achieve a task, they are more likely to persist through challenges. So self-efficacy is refers to your confidence in ability to achieve specific goals or a task. So next is environment. So the classroom environment, social surroundings, and emotional climate significantly impact motivation. So a supportive, positive space encourages engagement. So next is reward. So external incentives like praise, certificates, or privileges can cause extrinsic motivation. However, overuse may reduce intrinsic motivation if students become dependent on rewards. So the last one is mindset. So a growth mindset where learners believe their abilities improve through effort, fosters resilience, and encourages learning even when faced with setbacks. So how we can create a motivating environment? So first, focus on environment. Modify the classroom to keep learners engaged by displaying their work, using visual aids, and creating a welcoming space. So focusing on environment means understanding how your physical and social surroundings influence your behavior, motivation, and overall well-being. So let's talk on social environment. So the people surround ourselves with their attitudes and behaviors can impact their motivation and performance. So by optimizing your environment, you can create a setting that fosters motivation, creativity, and success. Next is offer incentives. So provide rewards or recognition such as certificates, praise, or special privilege to encourage effort and achievement. Next is promote external motivation. So encourage learners to set personal goals, reflect on progress, and find meaning in learning. So intrinsic motivation leads to deeper understanding and lasting engagement. So the last one is ensure readiness to learn. So identify when learners are most receptive to learning and utilize the time effectively, breaks, reflection, periods, and preparation strategies can enhance focus. So organize material effectively. Present learning materials clearly and sequentially to reduce confusion and improve engagement. So in conclusion, by creating a motivating environment requires balancing extrinsic rewards and intrinsic growth. So by fostering self-efficacy, maintaining a positive environment, and organizing materials effectively, teachers can encourage learners to stay engaged and committed. So motivation strategies should be adaptable to meet individual students' needs, fostering meaningful and lasting engagement. And now let's move on to our activity number 2, which is read, motivate, and solve. So, instruction. First, find a partner. Each pair should select one scenario from the box. So write down 2 to 3 possible solutions or strategies that can help improve the situation. So make sure your answers clearly explain how the strategies can help increase motivation. And the last one is 2 selected pairs will present their scenario and explain their solutions to the class. So, anyone from the class can summarize what have you learned in our discussion today? So, none. I call somebody. So, may I ask Miss Bobia? So, okay. Thank you, Miss Bobia. So, in your assignment, Okay? Thank you for listening.